Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Eppy. So welcome, everyone. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. So it's Thursday, and today is day 3 of our 2-week challenge. And I have a really fun, just bumped my microphone. I have a really fun challenge for you guys today. So I'm very excited. Let me know how everyone's day is going. Yeah, Jason said, geez, is it Thursday already? This week is flying by, but also going really slow. I feel like it's been really busy for me. But yeah, awesome. Hey, Sam. We've got Celine, Jason, Robert, Anthony. Awesome. As always, I'll be checking the chat throughout the stream, so if you have any questions, just put them in there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to hop on over to Behance. And if you want to follow along with me, this is behance.net/challenge/XD. And of course, you can go ahead and register by signing up right here with this big blue button. And that way, each day at 8 a.m., you'll get notified that there's a new challenge. So let's go ahead and scroll on down and see what today's challenge is. So yesterday we worked on those email actions in a mobile app. So we did the drag trigger and we did some swiping left and right. And I'm gonna review some of you guys' designs from yesterday towards the end of the stream. I already have some pulled up here. But today what I want you to do is design a word counter. And I'm actually excited for this one because I use an app called Ulysses, and it's amazing. I love to journal and write and everything. So they have a word counter in there, and I wanted to try to recreate it, put our own spin on it. So that's what we're gonna do. So design the word counter for a writing app, or it could be like journaling, whatever you want. And we're gonna use Auto-Animate to increase the word count as users write. And if you want to, you can grab the starter file right there, just hit get started, and then it'll download right there for you. And this is what it will look like, that starter file. You will not have all of the components over here, of course, but you'll have all this stuff. And I'll give you a little sneak peek of today's design, just so you have some idea of conceptualizing what we're doing while we're doing it throughout the stream. Okay, so this is the design. Maybe something like you've got all of your entries, or if it's a journal, or just like, you know, some kind of research writing, whatever. And maybe we say, okay, let's compose a new entry, and then you write a little bit, and this is what we're gonna focus on down here. So there's 2 different ways we can do this. I'm gonna show you how to do both ways. One is to do like the circle way that I showed you, the little trick with the dash over here. I think I showed you like 2 days ago, but I'm gonna show that again. Or we could do it just horizontally like this. And maybe when we write some more, we see while the words are kind of filling in, we see both the numbers kind of scrolling through vertically, and we see this line going horizontally. So that's what we're gonna work on. Just a fun little thing. And then, you know, if you press check, maybe it adds a new entry. You get a little congrats that you have a 5-day streak, something fun like that. But yeah, I love the Ulysses writing app. I use it all the time. And like setting the goal for how many words you want to write per day, I feel like is a great way to encourage people to keep coming back. So, all right, what else? Of course, I'm live every day at 2 p.m. Pacific, so just check back here and you guys can design right along with me each day as we do all these challenges. And if you'd like to, you can submit your work for feedback over here in Discord. So this is Discord. Forgot to open it up before the stream, but yeah, so if you want feedback on your work, you can post it in this challenge channel right here, and you can just see what everyone else is creating. I've got quite a few messages I need to go through here, but yeah, I loved looking at all of these package app designs. Ooh, this looks like a new one. Yeah, so I'll look at a few of these towards the end of the stream today. So put them in there and we'll give you guys feedback, or if you just want to chat over in Discord, that's cool too. All right, so as I mentioned, a word counter. And we're going to be using Auto-Animate, and that will be in the prototype tab over here. So of course it's grayed out right now, but when we start wiring things together, you'll be able to see the Auto-Animate option right here. And here's some options. So you could either do something like this with the circle, just kind of going around in a circle, or something simple, but just like show that the numbers are changing while you're adding more words. So we want to do that in sync, and that's where Auto-Animate kind of comes in handy. All right, so the tip of today, basically just about how things like badges and levels and word counters, all those little fun sort of additional things that aren't necessarily a major part of any app are always a great way to get people coming back continually, to gamify your design. So you could consider creating an interactive word counter that the user can choose different views from. So maybe it's, oh, what's the weekly goal? What's the monthly goal or the yearly goal? Like I know a lot of people do November, there's some month, I don't remember what month it is, but like you write 1,000 words every day in November, something like that. So yeah, consider doing something like that. All right, so let's get to designing. I've got a few artboards already set up here. And if you do not know how to do that, just come over here to the artboard icon and you can choose whatever size you want. Again, just same as yesterday, I'm just gonna use the XS since I feel like it's a good sort of like middle ground. Not too big, not too small. Kind of encompasses a lot of different sizes. All right, so I'm gonna start with the top up here, just starting with a rectangle. And I'm going for something just calming, very pleasing, nothing too crazy for our journaling app, because I want the entries to kind of speak for themselves. So I got this little sun illustration, and then below that, let's go ahead and add our entries. So the first one will just say like journal entry. Something like that. Okay. Oh, and it already guessed what size I want. Yeah. So the font I'm using is Kepler STD. This is a new one. I haven't used this one before. Trying to mix it up. You know, I always use like Sophia Pro. That's like always my go-to. So yeah, trying to find new fonts. And then we need the date. So let's say like Thursday, April, what is it, 29th. And this, I do not want to be the main focus, so I'll just bring it down to 16 point font, make it blue, a little bit, just not as dark there. And then usually I see writing apps will give like 1 or 2 additional lines sort of as a preview, kind of like how we did yesterday in the email app. So let's say today for breakfast. I had cereal, milk, and toast. Lorem ipsum dolorsi amet. Okay. I don't need too much text there, but just enough to fill it up for 2 lines. And then, let's see, that's a little too big. Okay, this is perfect. I'm really mixing up the fonts today. This one is called Brother 1816. And usually when I have something like this where I do want to use a serif font, I try to like just have a lot of contrast between whatever that header line is and make that like the first thing that the users see. And then if I want something kind of as like subtext, I'll keep that sans serif. So that's what I'm doing here. All right, so pretty simple. Let's add a line next, just as like a divider. And then I'll just use repeat grid all the way down. All right, drag that down a bit, and then we can just group those and make sure it's centered. Okay, so that looks good. And then come over here to repeat grid. We can just drag this down. I will add 5 or 6, just to be safe. Okay, cool. Let's see if anyone has any questions. Ruth said, haven't had breakfast yet, but made it in here. Yep. Yeah, I did not actually have that for breakfast, but it's a goal to eat like a big healthy breakfast each day, you know? I feel like I'm just always too busy. All right, so let's add the menu at the bottom. And here I still want to keep this just like white, but I'll just add a background blur just to kind of blur that text so we can see some icons that I want to put on top of it. Maybe I'll bring it up a bit. Okay. And then we need one icon for getting into a new entry or like composing, so I'll add that to the center. Maybe another one for seeing our bookmarked entries. And then another one for seeing like the calendar view, so when we wrote all these. And those do not look consistent at all. I feel like I need to change these. Okay, this one is gray for some reason. Why is this? Oh, okay, that's why. And that one was gray also. Okay, that looks a little better. Now we're looking consistent. It's all in the details sometimes, you know? All right, so let's group that together, Command G. And actually this is bugging me. This is a little big now too. Okay, it's gonna have to work. All right, I think that looks good. The only other thing maybe is I would add like a settings icon up in the top right, something like right here. Just center that. Okay, so we've got our entry page, and from there, I want to hop into the prototype tab, and we'll just wire this one up. So I want to drag that little trigger over, and here I'll just say I want to tap on this, and it will just go straight into a blank or, you know, sort of started entry. So here we really don't need anything special. I'll leave the animation at none, and we can preview this just by clicking. Great, nothing too exciting yet, but we're on the right track. All right, so on the entry page here, maybe I want to kind of expand that header a little bit more and maybe add a larger sun, like right here. Just keeping that branding kind of consistent throughout. And then I'll copy that little settings or, you know, hamburger menu, whatever you want to call it. And we always need a back arrow in order to get back. And let's make sure this is aligned exactly in line with those dots. And I'll just shift while I drag it over to the left. So that makes sure it stays on that same line. Okay, that looks good for the menu. Below that, let's go ahead, I'm just gonna copy some of this from that previous page and paste it over here, because we don't need to change too much. This is a little big. Okay, so yeah, we'll just say maybe this is a new entry, April 30th on Friday. And yeah, this is the start of our text. So what I want to do, actually what I'm going to do, usually with Auto-Animate, I find the best way to do it is to go to the next page and start backwards, and then you can delete things that way. It just makes everything a lot easier. So let's just cut all of this, so Command X, and then paste it on the next page, Command B. And here, I'm just going to drag this out like we have a ton of text already written, and I'm going over to my Lorem Ipsum plugin, the faithful plugin that I use all the time, and we'll just insert a lot of sample text. And then I'll have like a few paragraphs, something like that. Okay, so let's say this goes off the page a bit, and you can scroll vertically. And then at the bottom, this is where we want to put that word count. So I'm going to, actually I'm just going to copy this blurred background, put it like right there. And then we want to add a line for like how close we are to our goal, our word count goal. Let's see, let's go back here. Let's make this a blue. And then I'll bring this up a little bit and just round those corners. And yeah, I think 8 is good. And then I need actually 2 lines just right on top of each other. So just copy and paste it, and we're gonna just bring the background down a little bit to like 30% or so opacity. And here we can leave this like right there. So we've almost reached our goal. All right, and then on the right side, I want to add a circle just for like confirmation. Like, yes, we want to submit that as our, oh, I already have an icon for this. But we want to submit this as an entry for the day. Okay, kind of aligning that along the bottom there. And then right along the top here, I'm gonna add some text for however many words it's been. So I'm gonna do this separately though, and you'll see why in a second. So let's make this the Brother font. And this is Brother 1816 printed font. I think it's kind of nice. If you zoom in, it's like a little bit rough, which is cool. It looks like kind of words on, you know, real paper. Okay, so let's bring this over a little bit. And then for the numbers, what I wanted to do is kind of scroll through vertically. So what we need to do is make each of those lines, let's say we have like 3 lines, we need to make each of those separate so we can scroll through all of them vertically for Auto-Animate. So what we'll do is, let's just zoom out a bit so we can see. We'll just click in here and we'll go from 0 all the way up to 9. 7, 8, 9. And maybe I'll do another set. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Okay. And then I'll just copy this. Let's just center these vertically or horizontally. And copy this 3 times. And what I'm going to do is actually put this, all 3 of those, in the same clipping mask. So just draw a rectangle on top of all 3 of those. And then to make a clipping mask, it's Shift Command M. So now it's hiding the rest of those rows. They're still in there, but now we can sort of rotate through them vertically and it'll be a really cool effect with Auto-Animate. All right, so it's looking good so far. Now, because we did the second screen first, it'll make going back to the first one a lot easier. So let's just copy everything on that artboard and paste it on the previous one. And now all we have to do, oh, actually the only thing I think I need to add is just like a white box to kind of cover up some of that text for Auto-Animate. So let's just select both of those and send them to the back so we can still see that menu. But here I'm just gonna drag it down. Yeah, let's leave it like that for now. Okay, so to prototype this, we need to copy everything, select our next artboard, paste it right there. And let's say on this first artboard, we want to maybe have like 50 words. I don't know. Does that look like 50 words? Maybe. I think so. And then on the next one, we can bring this down so it looks like we have a lot more words. And here, let's say we have a bunch more. So like 350 or 550 or something. Okay. So now what we can do, let's hop over into our prototype tab and let's just select maybe the words or this little white box or something in here, and then drag that little arrow over. And we're gonna do a tap trigger under interaction over here. And under action, now we're gonna use Auto-Animate. So it'll do everything on this whole page. It'll animate the box coming down and showing more words. It'll animate, oh, this line. We need to animate this. Kind of moving over, let's drag this over a bit. And it'll animate the numbers scrolling through vertically. So let's hop back into the prototype tab, make sure that all looks good. Tap, Auto-Animate, ease out, 1 second, looks great. So let's go ahead and preview this. Actually, let's see, okay. We can preview from the homepage. So we tap our little compose icon, we get our journal entry. We've only written about 50 words or so, but when we tap, look at that. We've got, it was kind of quick, so let me go through that again. We tap, and you'll see at the bottom here, we've got our numbers scrolling through, we've got the words coming down, and we've got the line going across. So that looks great. If you wanted to, you could also do a circle. So let me show you quickly how to do that. The same way I showed the other day, if you guys remember that one. I showed it very quickly though. So here what you could do is, instead of a line, just grab this ellipse and hold shift to drag it. And same thing, we could just change the border to like 8 size thickness. And then we could just copy and paste this. But the background we want to bring down to like 30 or so. Same thing as the line. But for the top one, what we want to do is come over here to the dash and gap. So this is the trick. For gap, we'll set this to like 1,000. And for dash, we'll set it to like 20 or something, just so we can see a little bit. And that way, let's group both of these together. Command G to group. That way, when we go to the next artboard, so let's say we maybe moved these up here, like right in the center. And this is just another way to do it. You don't have to do both of these if you don't want to. So let's bring this one over. And then maybe here, you know, we scrolled through some more of the words. We wrote some more. 830 words. And then you would just select that top, this little short one, and bring that dash up to like 200 or 250 or whatever you want. And the same thing. That's the little trick. You got to go in the dash and the gap. So same thing here. If you drag this down a bit and come into the prototype tab, drag this over and do the same exact tap trigger with Auto-Animate, it will animate the same way. So if we tap it, boom, we've got the numbers scrolling through vertically, we've got the circle going in a circle. So whichever way you like better, I kind of am liking this horizontal way because it doesn't take up as much space as the circle, but yeah, feel free to do what you want. So that's a fun one for today. All right, so let's go ahead and Command S to save. And yeah, Ruth said this 1000 trick is so cool. And it might be different depending on, you know, what size artboard you have. So like if you're doing a web page, you know, 1920 by 1080, your gap size might need to be like 2000 or something, but yeah, it might be different. So yeah. All right, cool. So we just saved. Let's hop on into Behance. And as always, I always love to review some of you guys' work towards the end of the stream. So I'm just searching XD Daily Challenge, and that's that keyword. So if you go into your own profile, and let me just show you. If you go into Edit, into whatever project you're sharing, and over here in Settings, in the project tags right here, you can add the keyword, and the keyword is XD Daily Challenge, and that way I can find your work and share it if you want. All right, so we've got a lot more. Let's look at this one. So this is Annie Yang again. She's on a roll like almost every day. That's awesome. All right, so this was the one from yesterday. So we did email actions with kind of like dragging left and right. Let's see. These are always so big. They export so big from XD. Wow, this looks really nice. We've got delete, and then we've got the scene and on red. Nice. Nice little touch there. Mark is on red. That looks fabulous. Like, I would use that right now. That looks amazing. That's better than the Gmail or whatever I think I'm using. Awesome, Annie. I love that one. Thank you for sharing. This one is from Ilham. Let's take a look. Highlight. Ooh, that's kind of cool. We used a little 3D transform there. I see. All right, the prototype. Let's scroll on down. And all right, welcome to inbox. Ooh, yes. I love how the icons, you made the icons grow larger as you scrolled over. Nice. Ooh, I like that icon. Yeah, these look so good. You guys, these look amazing. And I love those icons. Great job. Very smooth animation there. Love it. Okay, let's see this one. This one's by Jonathan. This one's called Note Slot. These look so professional. Like, I feel like I could see these on the App Store today, you know? Oh, you use those cute little 3D profile avatars. I like that. Got our subject. Awesome. We got the icons that popped up. Nice. Deleting. And everything else kind of pops up. Love that. Great job. That was Jonathan. Thank you so much for sharing, Jonathan. Maybe just like one more. Let's see. Let's look at this one. This one's by Jennifer Poole. Got a lot of wires there. And yeah, let's take a look at the prototype. Yeah, everyone in the chat is saying that these look so impressive. I agree with you, Celine. Awesome. We've got delete, reply, and everything. Great job. And then all of the other emails kind of pop up. Ooh, I like that. That's very smooth. You built out like the whole flow. This is amazing. Wow. You guys are getting great at this. Awesome. Well, guys, that is about all the time that I have left for today. So as always, if you have any questions, put them in Discord, put your work in Discord, and I'll take a look and give you feedback after this. And don't go anywhere because we have another stream in about 5 minutes. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.